All right, what's up guys? Today we're gonna hop into the Big Agnes Padlock sleep system. So we're gonna be utilizing the Repeair 20 by 72 inch pad, the regular pad coming in that kind of slight mummy style variant, not the wide, just the regular. And then we're gonna be throwing it together with the Torchlight EXP 30-degree bag. So this is a super awesome system for those of you who move around when you sleep at night. You'll see why. We're gonna do a quick build out of this all right here. Straight one-shot take, talk about what we're seeing, what we're feeling, and what we've experienced while using this while camping and backpacking. So let's hop straight into it. So here, like I said, we've got the Repeair SL insulated pad coming in at 20 by 72. So it's a regular pad, not too tall, not too short. Good if you're around 6 feet tall. This one is coming in with an R value of 4.2. So that's kind of a nice 3-season, maybe transitioning into a 4-season pad if you're a warmer person, and then also have a really nice sleeping bag system to go with that. But this thing keeps your butt off of the cold ground in lots of different situations and keeps that warmth reflected back up into you where it should be. You know, that's the whole thing about a sleep system. It's not just the pad. It's not just the bag. It's not your tent. It's your layering of your clothing, your socks, your sleeping pad, your sleeping bag, and your tent, providing that, you know, concealed area where wind is not whipping through, all together that keep you warm. So that's why this padlock system that integrates together from Big Agnes is a really good solution, because it does a good job of keeping you on your pad, keeping your sleeping bag on your pad and reflecting that energy from your body back up into your body rather than down into the cold ground. And it keeps that cold energy from the ground down in the ground instead of reflecting back up or going through the pad into your body. So that's the whole point of these insulated systems. Cold energy down, hot energy up. Good stuff. Next up here, we're gonna talk about the Torchlight EXP 30-degree mummy bag. This bag is honestly loaded with so many features. First of all, the thing that makes this system is this cool padlock sleeve underneath. It's got all of these different hooks and things that lets it sit right around the bag. We'll dive into that here in a little bit. This thing is a 650 fill down tech PFC free water repellent down. So you know it has that down in there, which is light and packable, but it has that treatment on it that gives a little bit more resistance to weather, a little bit better in those water situations. And it also has that Pertex Quantum shell on it. So this thing is all about being super light and super durable in a variety of conditions that you might face in the backcountry, which makes it a pretty badass bag. Not only is it feature rich in the safety things and in the categories of keeping you, comfortable and dry and warm, but it also has some cool zipper features that allow for an extended range of people to go into this bag. So here on the side of the bag, there's a couple different zippers that you can see here. One of them opens the bag all the way for you to get in and out of it, and also potentially use it a little bit like a blanket if you're in a really, really warm night. But then also there's this second zipper on both sides, and you open that up and it gives you a little bit of extra room, probably about another 3 inches on both sides, which gives those of us with a little bit of a wider shoulder set more roominess in the top of the bag. So with these mummy style bags, people often freak out and say, I've got no space, I feel claustrophobic. But the mummy style bags are the ones that cut out the most weight and do keep you the warmest, because there's the least amount of dead space at that toe box that you have to warm up. So if you have a more rectangular bag, or even one of the spoon-shaped bags from Nemo, there's more dead space along the side. So your body has to warm that up. The heat has to go somewhere. So the less space in the bag, the less work your body has to do to keep that smaller volume warm. So that's the good thing about the mummy bags. But Some of you have broader shoulders, especially if you are a pretty experienced backpacker that's used to carrying around a heavy pack. You might have a pretty strong back, neck, and shoulders, so you might need that extra width that this Torchlight bag gives you. So super awesome feature. Sweet. So, you know, we talk about Big Agnes and Nemo and Kelty, the North Face. There's a lot of different companies that are making sleeping bags and have been for a long time. But I do genuinely believe that both Big Agnes and Nemo have pretty much pulled ahead in the camping and backpacking space when it comes to sleeping and comfort and, you know, different things you might use around camp, from chairs, sleeping pads, sleeping bag, tents. I think those are the two big names in the game right now. But where Big Agnes is pulling ahead is this kind of padlock system they've created here with this whole bag. The Torchlight EXP has this sleeve here that you see underneath the bag that locks around the four corners of the pad. So take this top here, wrap it around nicely, and you'll see the corner of the pad pop out a little bit on both sides. We'll show you what that looks like when we get it fully on. Do the same thing on the bottom. Take these two things here with the nylon straps that you see, put it around the bottom, and then you can flip your bag over. It's a little bit hard here on this table, so sorry about that. We'll do a better job on the floor with our B-roll here. But you just clip this middle plastic clip on, and then you can see here, it sits super nice and snug on the bottom, in the middle, and on the top. So a lot of the times what happens at night with these, you know, lightweight waterproof materials, they're pretty slidey. We're all used to that noise if you're a backpacker or a camper. This system is trying to avoid that moving around on the pad by keeping this sleeping bag snug here in the middle. So it allows you to be moving around at night. You know, sometimes you're going from shoulder to shoulder, stomach to back, moving around a lot, and this lets you stay inside the bag on top of the pad. So it provides that optimal system for keeping those different types of layering mechanisms and R values and all of that fancy stuff working together to keep you warm and comfortable and safe. So is this Big Agnes system worth it? I would say yes. If you're a pretty serious backpacker and you're watching this video and you're searching out Big Agnes on your own, that means you know what you're getting into and you know you're gonna have to spend a little bit more money to get those high quality, top tier items. You know, the tents, the pads, the bags, they're not cheap. Backpacks aren't cheap. Those big four though, you're gonna spend a good amount of money on them and they're gonna keep you safe and comfortable, which is really all you're looking for in the backcountry. If you're really uncomfortable, you're not having fun. If you're wet, you're not having fun. If you're cold and it's windy, you're not having fun. So get the right gear to keep you having fun. We always have that old adage, there's no such thing as bad weather, only bad gear. Don't buy bad gear, there's no bad weather. You can always solve the weather through your gear and through good knowledge and preparation. Obviously, if the weather gets too bad and it's potentially dire, call off the trip. But if it's raining and if it's cold, take better gear. So yes, this padlock system with the Repeair SL and the Torchlight EXP30, definitely worth it for those 3-season backpackers who run a little bit warm and can extend it into a 4-season system. This is a fantastic sleep system for you. If you want to pick up this sleeping pad, this sleeping bag, any of the tents or chairs or anything else in the Big Agnes camping and backpacking lineup, head on over to our website at ridgeandriver.com and use that code YouTube10 for 10% off of your purchase of anything on our website. It's gonna save you a good amount of money on all this solid, expensive gear and get you into the backcountry at a little bit better of a cost. So if that's something you're interested in, hop on over to our website. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you appreciated this content, do a subscription, drop a like, leave a comment, let us know what sleep system you use and why. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out in the backcountry. Let us know if you got any questions, and we'll see you out there. Later, y'all.